research in the NYC Department of Applied Psychology, along with my mentor, Dr. Elise Capella, and my mentor, Caroline Gladden. So, what is academic engagement in elementary school? And why is it important? Basically, academic engagement is important for a child's achievement in school and success, and it's also important for their school relationships with their teacher and their classmates. So what predicts academic engagement? The characteristics of the child, like the gender and their age, and the functioning of the child, like their motivation. Also the classroom environment. But for now, we'll be only focusing on the classroom environment, the subject or activity. So what exactly is Project Bridge? Project Bridge is the study of, and it's an NYU study of child behavior in the elementary classrooms, and they focus on the academic engagement and the off-task behavior. But for now, we'll be only focusing on the academic engagement. They also use many mixed method designs. They use observation methods, interviews, and surveys with the teachers and the students in the classrooms. But for now, we'll be only focusing on the observation methods. And they took multiple perspectives from the observer, teacher, and the child, but we'll be only focusing on the observer. The participants of the study. There were 5 New York City public schools participating in the study, and 36 K-5 grade classrooms. 80% of teachers were all females, and there were 141 children. And the gender of the boys dominated the girls with about 57%, and there were much more Latinos than African Americans in the schools. For the observational method, this basically is the method that the Project Bridge used to gather the information from the elementary schools. So first, the children were observed in the classrooms, and their classroom activity was observed also. They were observed in 15-minute periods getting morning instructions, and every 15 seconds, the observer checked whether the child was actively engaged in the instruction during particular activities. And academic engagement is behavior such as raising your hand, participating, reading aloud, and talking about the material that they're being taught. The observers were trained to see the same behaviors and classroom activities in the same ways. This is also called inter-rater equilibrium. The summary of my results. Morning instruction, they included mainly literacy activities, which was 75%, and not math science, which was 25%. We also had other subjects such as art and social studies, but they weren't as much, so we only combined math and science together. Children were actually actively engaged less than 1/3 of the time, 29.1%, but there was a large range, minimum being 0.0%, and the maximum was 83.0%. There were no gender or grade level differences that were found in active engagement in the classroom activities, so gender and age weren't really connected with the level of engagement in the childhood classroom. And children were more likely to be actively engaged during math and science than the literacy lessons they were taught. Active engagement across literacy and math and science activities. In the literacy lessons, there was 27.1%, and in math and science lessons, there was 36.4%. So as you can see, the level of engagement in math and science was much more than in literacy, meaning they participated more, they answered questions, and they read a lot. My discussions and limitations. There was a range of active engagement in the elementary classrooms, and children were more engaged in math and science lessons than literacy lessons, as you can see from the graph from before. but other factors may account for the relationship between academic subject and engagement, such as the teacher practices, the time of day, teacher quality, and the student's interest in the subject that they were being taught. My conclusion: future research should examine other factors that might predict active engagement in elementary students and elementary classrooms, and children at multiple time points over the school year. This research will also inform ways of increasing the academic engagement in short term and the success in school in long term. My acknowledgements. I'd like to acknowledge my mentor, Elisa Pella, my co-mentor, Caroline Wagner, the NYC Department of Applied Psychology, my co-workers, Hayan, Sarah, Sybil, and Caitlin, Dr. Sack, and all of you for listening. Any questions?